confirmed number of new coronavirus cases reported in Los Angeles County in the last 24 hours is 824, with 10 additional deaths. Here in Torrance, 9 additional cases were reported with no new deaths. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Leslie Robbins. It's Monday, November 15th. The LA County Department of Public Health provided a one-year snapshot as we head into the winter months. Last year around this time, about 7,200 people had lost their lives to COVID-19. Today, we're at nearly 27,000, and there are 604 people currently hospitalized with the coronavirus across LA County. 1 year ago, there were more than 900 patients. Last November, the test positivity rate was 5.6%. Today, it dropped down to 1%. Of the nearly 10.3 million LA County residents, including those who are not eligible for the vaccine, 70% have gotten at least one dose, and 63% are fully vaccinated. As of November 9th, about 25,500 children ages 5 to 11 got a kid-sized COVID-19 vaccine. That's about 3% of eligible residents in that age group. And at last check, more than 865,000 booster shots have been administered in LA County. Officials say the county has seen a sharp rise in recent weeks of unvaccinated people getting infected and winding up at hospitals. They remind everyone to get vaccinated, get the boosters if they qualify, and take all proper safety measures to defend themselves against COVID-19. All COVID-19 vaccines in the U.S. are given as a shot, but several nasal spray vaccines are currently in clinical trials. One in particular is getting underway in the United Kingdom after a successful trial with animals. The U.S.-based National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases found giving the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine as a nasal spray reduced viral shedding in animals. The study looked at hamsters, separating them into 2 groups. One was given the COVID-19 vaccine as an injection and the other as a nasal spray. While both ways produced high antibody levels, the nasal spray outperformed the injection. Researchers also studied unvaccinated monkeys with those who were given the nasal spray. Both sets were exposed to the COVID-19 virus, and the vaccinated monkeys had a low viral load in their noses and lung tissue, and none of them developed symptoms of pneumonia, while 3 of the unvaccinated monkeys did. Scientists say having a low viral load present in the nose after a nasal vaccine may be a game changer because it could seriously reduce risk of transmission to other people. Now researchers at Oxford University are looking at the effectiveness of the nasal spray vaccine in humans. 30 healthy volunteers between 18 and 40 years old were enrolled and investigated for the level of immune system responses generated by the vaccine. If results of this small clinical trial are as promising as the animal trials, it may make it easier to vaccinate those who are afraid of needles. Researchers also say if nasal vaccines do cut transmission rates, that could change the course of the pandemic. Researchers at UC San Diego are studying medicinal mushrooms and Chinese herbs to see if they can provide therapeutic benefits in treating COVID-19. The multi-center study is led by UCSD's School of Medicine and UCLA in collaboration with the La Jolla Institute for Immunology. 3 trials are currently recruiting up to 80 patients who have tested positive for SARS-CoV-2 and are quarantined at home with mild to moderate symptoms. Two are U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved Phase 1 clinical safety trials for investigational compounds to treat acute COVID-19. The quote, mushroom-based product for COVID-19 started December 2020 and is slated to run until December 2022. Meanwhile, the quote, Chinese herbal formula for COVID-19 trial began in July 2021 and is projected to conclude in December 2022. It tests the safety and feasibility of a formulation of 21 Chinese herbs from Taiwan that is widely used as a COVID-19 remedy in China. Researchers hope these treatments will reduce the need for hospitalization. California gas prices hit a new record for the second day in a row. According to the American Automobile Association, our state saw $4.68 per gallon today. This price for regular unleaded was 0.6 cents higher than the Sunday average reported by AAA, which broke the all-time record of $4.67 previously set in October 2012. California is the nation's largest state by population, and we have the highest gas prices in the country. The national average is just over $3.41. AAA says heavy rainstorms in Northern California pinched production capacity, which trickled down to Southern California. Prices are pushing $5 in some areas. Torrance saw more than $5 a gallon for premium gas over the weekend. Despite rising gas prices and the ongoing concerns of COVID-19, millions of people are expected to travel for the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. AAA predicts 53.4 million travelers to hit the road. That is up 13% from 2020 and the highest single-year increase since 2005. This brings travel volumes within 5% of pre-pandemic levels in 2019. Air travel has almost completely recovered from its dramatic fall during the pandemic. It's up 80% over last year. AAA officials say travel will look a lot different this year for the Thanksgiving crowd. Now that the borders are open and new health and safety guidelines are in place, many more people are likely to reunite with their loved ones for the holiday. They expect 6.4 million more people to travel this Thanksgiving this year compared to last, and warn people to prepare for noticeably more crowded airports and roadways. Travelers flying out of LAX will soon have a new option to get to Japan. Starting next month, Japan Airlines budget carrier Zip Air will provide services between LA and Tokyo. Zip Air will become the first low-cost airline to fly a pan-Pacific route between Asia and North America. The new service begins on Christmas Day, December 25th, and will take passengers on non-stop flights to and from the Tokyo Narita Airport 3 times a week. LAX officials say there has been a growing demand for non-stop flights on this route, and they are thrilled to have Zip Air offer its service at its airport. They hope the new service will further strengthen the cultural and economic ties between our cities. Starting today, new fines at the ports of LA and Long Beach will hit companies that leave their cargo containers for too long at the docks. The new fines are meant to clear the backlog at the ports, which has been impacting the global supply chain, leading to inflation and delayed deliveries. The harbor tariff will fine shipping companies that leave empty containers at the port for more than 6 days if the containers are to travel by rail, or 9 days if they are to travel by trucks. Containers that linger past the deadline will be fined $100 initially, then an additional $100 for every subsequent day. Officials hope this new measure will encourage rapid evacuation of the containers and speed up the process at the ports. They say port employees are working around the clock to ensure that the backlog is cleared before the holiday season, especially as Black Friday, one of the busiest shopping days of the year, approaches. A no-burn alert was issued for today. The South Coast Air Quality Management District issued the residential alert through 11:59 p.m. Tuesday. Officials remind residents that burning wood in their fireplaces or any indoor or outdoor wood burning device is prohibited during this time. The no-burn rule prohibits burning wood as well as manufactured fire logs, such as those made from wax or paper. South Coast AQMD asked Southern Californians to do their part to help keep the air clean by not burning wood during the ban period. The burn days are mandatory in order to protect public health when fine particulate air pollution in the region is forecast to be high. Smoke from wood burning can cause health problems, and particles in the wood smoke can get deep into the lungs and cause respiratory issues, including asthma attacks. Residents can learn more and sign up to get alerts on future no-burn days at airalerts.org. Well, if you bought chicken from Trader Joe's, take a look in your freezer to see if you have this. The grocery chain recalled close to 98,000 pounds of these chicken patty products after customers reported finding pieces of bone in the meat. The U.S. Department of Agriculture's Food and Safety Inspection Service says Innovations Solutions, Inc. made the Trader Joe's chili lime chicken burgers and spinach feta chicken sliders and shipped them to retailers nationwide. The recalled products were produced from August 16th to September 29th. The USDA says there have been no confirmed reports of adverse reactions due to eating these products, but urge customers who bought the chicken to throw them away or return them to the place of purchase. Reports of hate crimes in LA County reached the highest point in a dozen years. 635 incidents were recorded by the LA County Commission on Human Relations. Its annual report showed the 20% increase in hate crimes was largely due to a 53% spike in racial crimes. Crimes targeting blacks, Latinos, whites, and Asians all rose dramatically. Olympic gold medalist Suni Lee recently shared that she became a victim of a hate crime in LA. The 18-year-old said she was waiting for an Uber with her friends, who were all of Asian descent, when a group of people sped by in a car yelling racist slurs, telling them to go back to where they came from, and sprayed her arm with pepper spray as they drove off. Anti-Asian hate crimes shot up by 76% in 2020. The county's commission's executive director, Robin Thoma, says their new study reveals an explosion of hate that broke record after record. He added that the COVID-19 pandemic unleashed a wave of hate and hostility against Asian Americans who were unfairly blamed for the coronavirus and violently terrorized. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn says, quote, "It's a tragedy that in 2020, so many of the same communities that were impacted most by COVID-19 were also victims of this disturbing increase in hate and violence." Researchers reported that the rate of violence grew to 68%, the highest rate since 2003. To see the full report, just log on to hrc.lacounty.gov. The 2021 LA versus Hate Week kicked off yesterday and takes place all week. It's a community-driven approach to empower all LA County residents to unite against, report, and resist hate. LA versus Hate United Against Hate Week was created in direct response to the rise in hate crimes and bias incidents that pose a threat to the safety and civility of our neighborhoods. Communities across the county are planning art projects, meditation gatherings, social media events, and webinars to promote positive engagement. LA versus Hate is a project of the LA County Commission on Human Relations and Workforce Development and the Aging and Community Services Department. You can learn more and get involved at laversushate.org. The city of Torrance celebrated being one of the most business-friendly cities in LA County. The LA County Economic Development Corporation recognized the city as a finalist for the 2021 Most Business-Friendly City distinction and hosted the Eddie Awards dinner gala and ceremony last week at SoFi Stadium to celebrate exceptional public and private leadership and those who have demonstrated outstanding contributions to economic development. Although Torrance did not take home the top honor, it was still a great night to celebrate the city's accomplishments. City leaders say with a residential population of more than 145,000 people, Torrance has always placed a priority on maintaining strong residential, industrial, and commercial sectors. This June, the 2021 Pulse poll conducted by the LA County Business Federation ranked Torrance as the most business-friendly city. City Manager Aram Chaparian says Team Torrance will always work hard to support our business community. Congratulations to the city's Office of Economic Development team for continuing to attract and retain business in our community. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The Torrance Salvation Army launched its annual Red Kettle campaign on Friday.
We're raising a lot of money to help the people in need in our community. We're really thrilled to be a part of that, and myself as the chair of the board for the Torrance Salvation Army, as well as the mayor pro tem for the city of Torrance, I'm really honored, doubly honored, to be involved in this group here in Torrance.
This is important because otherwise there's a lot of people and a lot of children that may not have their basic needs met, and at Christmas time we like to see kids experience the joy of Christmas. One of those ways is with some toys under the tree, and we'd like to provide that for them.
Bells rang for the first time this season at the kickoff event, which took place on Friday at Sam's Club in Torrance. This year's campaign is titled Hope Marches On. The Red Kettle campaign is one of the biggest fundraisers for the Salvation Army. Throughout the holiday season, you may notice nearly a dozen locations in Torrance where red kettles will be placed. The money raised will go directly back to the community, specifically to help with the food pantry, housing assistance, furniture vouchers, summer day camps, and music education, just to name a few. Thank you, Council Member Jack Walser, for the photos. You can learn more on how to donate or how to volunteer by going to torrancecorps.org. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, a photo, video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that is our update for COVID-19 today. We will see you back here tomorrow as Rihanna Trutanich brings you the latest. Please be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.